It's merely a flesh wound there and there and there. Could be a baby. Freaking hot again. All summer, just been hot. Gentlemen, welcome back. If you're back. If you're new, you're new. Welcome. If you're new. It's gonna be, oh, he's only paid $10 for this seat. That's a, huh. That was a good buy. It's gonna be another video of some mixed up stuff, I think. That seems to be the theme lately. Went through this lawnmower once already. Carburetor was all plugged up, and I did the usual small engine, throw the carburetor in the ultrasonic, put it on, and it works. Guy says he mows for a while and then it shuts off. Lets it sit for a couple of minutes and starts up and mows for a little while. So carburetor is like emptying out the bowl and not filling up as fast as it's emptying, I guess, apparently, or something. Yep, still has oil on it. I gotta mow grass anyhow, so I'm gonna mow some grass and see like exactly what's happening here. I'm gonna see if that filter like empties out or not. I mean, it looks good, but maybe that filter, maybe she's junk. How do you start this thing? All right, here. All the way to choke. There we go. Mowed my entire backyard, which is way too much for this thing. Never quit once. These are those suck-ass ones because, I mean, I don't doubt the guy was having problems. I'm sure it must have. Ooh, I got a little bit to do there yet. Something was going on. It probably quit for him a couple of times or whatever because otherwise he wouldn't bring it back. You know, he's a buddy of mine and I trust him. But it's nice to replicate it, and I just... That was a whole half a tank of gas, and she never quit once. They didn't even skip a beat, not even a stumble, nothing. I do see a little bit of the fuel filter. Before was like completely full, and now I do see a little bit of air in the fuel filter. That's the only thing I see. Maybe the pickup is just a tube down in the bottom of the, well, no, it'd be off the bottom of the gas tank. Maybe it's just air as it's sloshing around. Maybe gets in that line and fills up that filter full of air. And then eventually it maybe quits. Maybe. This thing is actually kind of handy. It's nice with that forward reverse quick lever. You got pedals for going and stopping. The only problem is it's a side discharge, so now there's grass all over in the yard and that's going to turn brown. But it's a paper filter, and typically on gravity feed systems like this you don't use a paper filter. Usually you use a screen. It's a super fine screen filter, because the paper filter is like too much restriction for the fuel to flow through it. But I mean, obviously it works. So that's the only thing I can think of. I think I'm gonna pull it in the shop here and we're gonna change it out to a screen filter. I'll just tell them my experience here and they'll be like, I don't know. Not gonna focus. GoPros are horrible at focusing. So anyhow, it's a smaller filter. It's actually made for like little motors like this, a little 5-horse Briggs. And there's actually a screen a fine screen inside of here instead of a paper element. So this flows a little bit better. We're going to throw this on and see if that does it. All right, filters down here is a shut-off valve right here. Shut that off. And we're going to undo this line. This end. Oh, motor's hot. There. Trying to pull that off. There. And other side, right here, wait, there. There. Wow. Oh yeah. So you can see, like, I got it up in the air and it can't even draw air through that filter. It drains out that way just fine, but yeah, it's a paper element in there. A couple little chunks of stuff, but yeah, there's that Napa 3011. This would typically be like a filter you'd run after a pump on either a small engine like this, if it had an air or a pump, or on an actual like car even. This would be on, or a bigger motor. Nothing really wrong with it. But like I said, that's the only thing I can see that would maybe cause the issue he has. We're gonna install this one. Made in USA. Is there an in and out? Nope, she flows both ways. I think it's just a flat screen in the middle, and I don't think it matters. So stick that in that end. Fits in there just fine. These hoses in here are nice and flexible and nice yet, so we ain't worried about them. And then if I turn that on, yep, gas comes through right away. Yeah, I'm gonna cut off this one end just a little. Just shave her off a little bit. She was a little expanded from that other filter. And we don't need to snip off a lot, just a very tip. Just a tip. Just that much. Not much at all. Are you guys even watching? There we go. That should hopefully do her. I waited a little while. Let's see, make sure she's all dry. Yeah. Pepper dry. There's a little tiny vent hole right there. And I just blew in her. She works. Otherwise, sometimes if that vent gets plugged up, you create a vacuum in the tank, and then, yeah, it doesn't get gas either. But that all seems to be twerking. All right, I think she'd be good. I'm gonna put it outside and let it run for a while and see if she runs out of gas or not. And guaranteed she's gonna start right up. Neutral. Yeah. Perfect. All right, we got a couple of things here. Buddy of mine said he ran through some rocks with a prop. Got a new one. Ooh. It's a 10 pitch. No, yeah, pitch 10. Wow, that's pretty flat. And he asked me if I can fix this one so he can have a spare. Oh yeah. She's been bent a little bit. This one's bent a little tiny bit, and just a hair on this one. Otherwise, yeah, it looks like a pretty decent prop. Then he mentioned it's hard for him to get his boat on plane, and I bet you he's like way over revving his motor with this low pitch. He wants me to come ride along with him and tell him stuff. So someday I'll have to ride along and tell him stuff. I need something to beat on. Where's something to beat on? Yeah, I can beat on this. And there's a pretty good chance this is gonna crack. Aluminum props, oh yeah, right there's a little fine crack already starting. You guys probably can't see that, so pretty good chance it's gonna just crack. We'll start out with the rubber one. Get her flat on there. Paint is cracking, but aluminum's holding up so far. There, we got her fairly back to where it should be. Now I'm gonna switch to the metal whammer. We're just gonna get these wrinkles out. Little crack starting there. Yep. Yep. To be expected. So what I'm doing when I'm doing this is I find, like, where's the easy one to show? Now there's not an easy one to show. So like the very tip of this is bent up, and what I'm doing is laying the bottom of that bend, like right where that bend is, I'm laying flat on some flat, hard, not moving very easily surface. That's what this is. So I'm laying the bottom of that bend, or it would be the peak on this side, the peak of the bend, I'm laying on that surface, and then I'm hitting out on where the actual bend is. So that's all that took to straighten that one out. And then here there's like a little right there. Probably hard for you guys to tell, but like it's straight, and then it does like a little right there. Yeah, right there. Very hard to tell, but it's there, and then it comes back and it's straight. So I'm gonna lay that down face down so the bubble of that is facing up, and we're just gonna give her a little tappy tap. And now I don't know if you guys can tell, I didn't even actually look at it. Oh, she's got a little bit yet there yet. There we go. Now it's nice and straight and in line. This edge is a little rough. I'm basically gonna just take the wire wheel and wire wheel that edge. As long as there's not like a big burr hanging over or something, that doesn't matter. This bolt gets ran in the river, sand and whatnot is gonna smooth that out eventually anyhow. So this one, same thing. It's got like a little spiel right there. Get that out. They actually make dies for these. Like there's guys that rebuild props, they have a die that like fits this contour and plane and everything perfectly, and they're able to like match it up to it and then work the prop and then match it up. I'm just going by eyeballs. I've been doing this a long time with our work boats, and to be honest, like most of our boats, they don't have to be perfect because you're gonna hit stuff anyhow, and it's gonna, especially aluminum in the river, there's rocks, stumps, everything. Obviously, this guy took his boat out that he just got one time and hit a rock. So I mean, you're gonna hit stuff, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it close so it works, and next time you hit something you won't feel so bad. The paint makes it kind of deceiving, but you can see like she's coming around. There's like a little bit of a right here. I'm gonna work on that a little bit. Go back and look at a good blade, see how that arc is. Come around to the blade that you're working on and look at it, see if it looks the same. This whole end of this has to go down a little bit yet, so we're going to come back to the rubber, try to move that hole outside. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Looking pretty good, eh? Got her, eh? She's looking good, eh? Yeah, she'll be good enough for the Wisconsin River. A little whoopee in here. There, we're gonna call that good. Little tiny crack starting right there, and I did see another one here, and I straightened it out. I think it's right on the edge of this paint. Yeah, right here. So right there, you can see like he was beating on it and did something there, I think, unless that was the rock that rode across there. But I'm gonna clean the paint off of here. We're gonna do like a quick weld across there, up where this crack is, and grind her down, and she'll be good. We'll send it. Yeah, 100% penetration. We'll go back to this crack now. So that one we wanna, I'll just clamp right on that weld I just did. We got a, I think it's 80 grit, just flat, not even a thing. Should I put some spectacles on? Probably. And we just smooth her out a little bit. You don't want to take off any more than you have to. Just till you get down to the parent metal there and then stop. That one's good. Do the other side here. There we go. Unless you got a crazy, super speed, fast, crazy boat, don't get all caught up on looks of the prop too much. It's not as crucial as people think. And you got this ball that's stuck on here. He said you can't get off, and holy crap, did he destroy the threads on there. I'm gonna go to the bandsaw and cut that off right next to the nut, or should I just cut right through the nut? Yeah, I'll cut it off right next to the treads, and that should be, we should be able to get that nut off. All right, now you see I cut that off flush with the nut. I think I should be able to just stick her in a vise here. Give her some Ugga Duggas from the Ugga Dugga machine. Ugga Duggas. Like, pata! And then he brought me this thing, 2-inch. And he said, why you got her there? Why don't you just throw that on there? And I was like, okay. Let me do everything for you. Don't worry, I got her all. All right, let's see. Socket that fits that for the Ugga Duggas. There we go. What size is it? 1.5 inches. Adapter. Oh, we're going on. Wow. Get control over your balls. Done. Finished. Next. Now what? All right, next we got, well, aluminum trailer gate that got tore up. Both going on. And, oh, well, I guess it's kind of hard to see, but coming off. Got tore off. Expanded metal, aluminum. They only had like a tack. Is that even 6 inches? And like nothing up these ribs. And you see the ribs are only welded on, what is that? 3 sides, not the top side. So they fill up with water and freeze and break open. Edges cracking up. He just wants this stuff pulled back into shape, and boy, I don't even know how I don't even know myself. So how do honestly, I think if I had one of those vice grip slide hammers for this aluminum, I think would work pretty good for just like here where it's pushed in, pulling it and pulling it back. What if I do a ratchet strap around there and pull on it? What if I just do a ratchet strap to like the wall over here and pull on it? Well, this weird shape probably hard to do anything. If I could get it through this hole. Hey. Oh, carefully. Keep working our way across here, I think. Ooh. Tearing away there. Oh. That stuff isn't very strong. Kind of cheap. Like I said before, you get what you pay for in trailers. I don't even know what the name of this. What is this one? This is a who knows trailer. Ooh, there everything goes. What's going on? I should probably chalk up those wheels. Come back, y'all. Yeah. There. This thing keeps falling off. Oh, yeah. That in there. I need to find some boards to chalk up those wheels. Pulling this completely off and replacing it would be a pretty viable option. I don't have aluminum expanded metal on hand. I got diamond plates. What do we do? If I had a place right in town where I could just go and get expanded metal and it wasn't $4,000, I'd probably go and get a chunk. Cause like here, like a hole like that sucks. So we're just gonna go with replacing this entire section. Initially I thought I'd be able to just stretch it out. If a couple of spots that were broke, I'd be able to tack weld back together. And then after I poked some holes, I'm like, well, maybe I can just lay like a single little thin sheet of diamond plate across the bottom underneath it and then push it down, and then that would fill in where the holes are and I'd be able to tack weld those down. I think we're just gonna pull it off and we're gonna replace it. I'm waiting to hear back from one of the local places to see what they have on hand, and if not, I'm gonna have to be driving an hour round trip to another place that I know has some expanded aluminum, but they have only this same exact size and thickness. Doing this job, I would love to step up to like the next thickness or even 2 steps up. Like this is 1/8 inch. Sizing is weird for expanded metal. It's, I don't know. This is 3/4 by 1/8 inch. I think the 3/4 is like an average of the width and the height, the width both ways of the cut. So like this opening is 1.5 inches across and just about 1/2 inch wide. So I think they're taking like an average of that, and that's what the 3/4 is. I don't know. But then the 1/8 inch is obviously the thickness of what the sheet was before they cut it and expanded it. So being a gate for implements and lawnmowers and everything like that, and being aluminum, personally, I would like at least 3/32 thick, maybe even the next step up from that. What is that, 5/16? No, something like that? I don't know. No, 3/32. Is it 1/4 inch? That seems a little thick, but maybe that's what it is. And then either still in this same opening or just slightly larger openings, but either way thicker than what this is. This is, again, for being a lawnmower, utility, or whatever you call these trailers, this is bare minimum. Like, they're getting by with cheapest possible covering they could do on here. They're always like, what's the cheapest shit we can get away with? And whoever their bean counters are, they're like, oh well, this will cover it and probably work like 3 times. And they're like, good, that's what we're gonna go with. And then you got what you got here. To hopefully fix the issue that caused us in the first place, I'll actually like do way more welds across this back and front side so it doesn't hook and lift up and get tore out like this one did. Just give it up. There it is. So this is kind of junk, but I'm gonna save it because, well, it still can be used for like something. This local place I'm waiting to hear back from, they still are family owned, great family and all, but it used to be a place where you could walk in and you could go in the back of the shop and look at stuff and be like, yeah, I want that. And they'd be okay. Go up front, talk to the owner, give them some dollars out of your wallet and have a good day and stuff. Now it's more, fill out a work order and then we gotta charge you this and charge you for that. Like even now, instead of being able to just drive over there and going and looking in back and saying, yeah, that's what I want. No, I gotta wait for them to go find some worker and they gotta go poke around and they gotta go see what there is and then let me know. And then they gotta have, like I said, a work order and put a charge on a thing. Way more expensivers. This one's starting to, oh yeah, because they only welded around 3 sides. Why are you only welding around 3 sides of everything? Oh, you just can't get nothing good anymore. Well, that's not plugged in. How come the welders are never plugged in? Should I weld these up where they didn't weld? Look at that. That's cracked, that's cracked, that's cracked. Every single one is cracked because they didn't weld across the top side. I have a feeling they welded that expanded metal in on the main frame all the way around and then dropped these in and then just welded from the back side. And we got this on 6. Whatever that means. Okay. Yeah, this is OSHA approved PPE stuff. Just purge out that line, get some organ flowing. How should I'm gonna go down here first because downhill's easy. We'll see how this goes. That ain't gonna work. Crap. More of that stuff. How does that look? Better-ish. Let me give this a little bit. Oh, that stinks. That's another thing with trailers. You never know what they're hauling. I'm gonna go across here. We're gonna be grinding. Oh, they're calling. Hello. Yep. Good. Okay. They got quite a few cross members already in it. Like they're less than a foot apart already, so there's quite a few. It's just that material is just that, you know, being aluminum is that soft where there isn't much there, so it's a little hard to weld steel to aluminum. No, that's fine. I'll figure something out, but yeah, thanks anyhow. And there you go. Hey, then they ain't even got nothing on hand. They say, oh, their supplier can get the same stuff that we have. Well, I know who their supplier is because I called them first. So we're gonna be driving an hour round trip. Front side here, that's not welding. Dang it. Why you do it? Oh, that one went way back in there. Son of a dick. I was welding for like 20 hours the other day and not a single problem. Twice now already on this one, it's burning back. I just don't understand why that happens sometimes. Sometimes you get burned back and other times, like I said, you can weld all day and not get that. Why? Come on, you piece of... What's going on here, guy? What, like, for real here? Maybe what do I do? And then your weld doesn't look as great because you've been fighting with the frickin' gun the whole time. Bit on the feed. Sometimes it's such a battle with this thing. Okay. That'll do for that. Frickin' hour drive. Okay, I'm gonna go complete waste of time driving around. I'll be back. Well, at any rate. So they didn't have the exact same stuff, because why would they? But this will work, I guess. It's gonna have to, because it's what we got. And there ain't no other options. Next option is like 2 hours away, so this is what it's gonna be. It's not the expanded metal where they make the slit and like push it offset so it's like raised. This is the stuff that's flat. It's a little bit slicker in a long flat, the top, the plane, whatever you want to call it. But for normal lawnmowers with tires, like the lugs will still grip in and it'll be fine. I think this stuff is actually a bit stronger than the other stuff as far as like once this is all welded, like pushing in here, like I think it resists that stretching just slightly more than that other expanded metal, because the other stuff, they make that slit and they actually like bend it off itself, and then it's like just the way it's done, I think it's more susceptible to bending and flexing and stuff. This stuff is slit, and I think, I'm not 100% sure, that they just pull it apart and then they run it through like dies to like flatten it out. And I think because of that, it resists like getting stretched slightly more than other stuff. Again, I don't know. All these diamonds where they come together, right at that joint on the opposite side is where we're gonna cut. So then that joint is there for getting welded on. That's the plan, Stan. That's the plan, Stan. I wonder if I can just go through with, can I go through with just wire shears? It is aluminum. How bad is this gonna be? Oh. Well, it's not. I don't know. Is this okay? I mean, it's not the easiest thing in the world. And then now when I get down in here, I don't know if I can continue on. It's doing it. 10 inches, 8 inches, 7 inches, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One again. One more time. Did it. That actually cut a lot easier than I thought I was going to. Typically you want to start in the middle and work out towards the ends so you can pull it tight. Because if you start on a corner and you start going across, it starts bunching up, kind of like other things that bunch up when you go along. Typically you want to start in the middle somewhere, like I said, and work your way out. So otherwise, if you weld up here and you start welding all the way around and you got slack in the middle here, you can't push that down or work that out because you got the edges welded up. So we're gonna start like literally like in the middle here, I think, somewhere. Right on this one right here. This is gonna go worse. That was weird, but okay. Might have something to do with it being covered in water and stuff because it's raining outside. I don't know how many am I going here. I'm just kind of eyeballing. It's like brand new skin on there. Is it a skin? Not really. What does Steve McQueen do? Ka-chow! Lightning McQueen? Lightning McQueen. Look at that shiny new expanded metal skin on there. All welded it up. So that's job done, I guess, right? Is that job done? Ugh. Oh, you grab the ground current. Give her a once over before I pull her out. Make sure there ain't no more other cracked joints or things that stand out that look like I could fix her up while she's still here. Carefully. Carefully. Ooh. Marker light right there, wire's pulled out. Can you guys see? Are you even looking at it? So I notice this corner marker ain't working. Wire pulled out of the butt connector there. Let me go get a new butt connector. Easily peasily. If only it was always this easy. There. Strip a little bit of wire off there. little bit of wire off there. She's a little black, so we go a little bit further back and then we strip off a little bit more and it's still black, and we just ignore that. Put on one of our good heat shrinking glue inside connectors. Oh, that's some thick wire in the trailer. Heat up our connector here. Shrink her down, squish the glue out. And this one will be done. Done. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like pushing steam water out of there. That's nice. Probably because I was driving it in the water. I didn't even think about that. It's going to be all full of water in that joint. And well, is it going to work? I'm sure it will. Do I have to test it? No. It'll be fine. It worked before. Just a quickie there. Next. Da 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 da. Oh, it's that time. Next on the list, some, what is this? This is lawnmower spindles. These are the factory bearings that they put on these, and well, as you can see, they're like hot dog down a hallway. Why do they do that? From the factory, that's what they expect to hold up, and while they chatter around on the shaft, and then you get that undercut. Look at that. Isn't that nice? That's from the bearing swapping around, because the factory, whatever make this is, didn't use the right size bearings. Yep. So what we do, well, I guess these are like unobtainium, and if they are obtainium, they're expensive tanium, like arm and a leg and a dick for getting one of these. So we're gonna throw her on the lathe and, well, cut that junk out of there and then weld it up and cut her down to size so it actually fits the bearings. Doesn't want a press fit. Okay. Wants them just so they go on and they're not sloppy. You know, like maybe just tap them on a little bit with a whammer. And then we'll see if we can do some welding on her and then do some turning on her. Let's go. Let's go do. We go do it now. Yup, still a mess. That's because stuff is going on. I need one of those apprentices that everybody brags about having. That they say do everything for them and stuff. Whey oil. Where's my regular oil? We got it chucked up in a tree jaw in the Atlas here. Because, well, the Logan has got a 4-jaw on it. I don't feel like pissing around. And, well, I already spun this up once. And I loosened up the jaw and I adjusted it and then did it like 12 times. And you can see there's run out here. That's awesome. We're gonna weld where this bearing is and then like 1/4 inch on each side of it. So we're gonna go a little bit wider, like that much, and then across here, and then we're gonna take off like that much. So that's gonna be the area that we're gonna weld up and stop. And then turn down. Obviously this isn't super hard material. We got a carbide tool here. So that's outside cleaned up. Now we just gotta clean up this junk in the middle here. There. Is that Queen? Mr. Queen, Mr. Queen, yup. Clean enough there. We gotta get out here. So I'm gonna move this back into the juck a little bit. Chuck, not juck. So we're gonna move her in about there. And then you turn as you're tightening down on the juck. Chuck, what is wrong with you today? and that helps center that up, get everything right like that. And there's no issues really here. All I'm doing is cleaning this up just so I don't have to wire brush it as much for welding. Just like that. And then we just basically, we skip the wire brushing to clean it up. And this would be the perfect situation probably for like that A-bomb guy. He's got that spray transfer, that spray welder, shaft builder upper thingamajigger. He shoots molten metal at a heated shaft. So you torch it, get it hot, and then shoot molten metal at it, and it sticks to it, and it builds up a layer of a few thousandths that you're able to like clean up and turn into stuff. Now let's go weld them up. Both of these. This one and this one. Weld. I don't have a positioner, and here's what would be an awesome time to have a positioner, so I don't know what we're gonna figure out. I got the whole plate here energized or grounded, so I'm hoping you can just like kind of roll this along and work my way around. I'm gonna do a bead around on one shaft, go to the other shaft, do a bead around, and then jump back to this shaft and do a bead around here, and then jump back. Just back and forth, a lot of back and forth, and you guys will probably get fast forwarded again here, because this is gonna be a lot of repetitiveness stuff. Can you guys see? Can you see? Are you looking? So we got honestly about the same. Yeah, it looks like the same run out as I had before. And I know it's in this area because when you chuck up here, obviously the end before, when I machined this down earlier and then I chucked up here, the end ran straight. So from here on out, that was running true, eccentric. And then the circular, it was running, it no run out. But if I grip it right behind where this area is, now is when we get the run out. So I know the bend or whatever is going on is right here. So I'm gonna make a mark out here where the high side is. So anyhow, I'm gonna hold this up here and just keep moving it in until it starts to touch, and then that'll mark our high side. We'll go to the press, and we'll put the high side on the bottom. You'll see. Just, you guys gotta all come back, just see what happens. See, now it's starting to touch. So I'll go through. So now when I stop this, you see right there, see that Sharpie? Can you see that where it's red right here? So this is the side that's bent this way out here. So I'm gonna put that facing down in the press, and we're gonna press right here, and it's gonna like, it'll bring it back a little bit. You'll see. Well, where's the high side? The high side is right here. So right now the high side is facing up. It's basically like this way. So what we want to do is lay it face down. Face down right in the middle like that. Because we want to press on that middle so that both of these ends, that end and this end, will come up away from that high side. Thing. And then see, it moved a little bit maybe, and probably not. And then I'm gonna go back to the lathe and spinner and see what happened. All right, I made a new mark. So obviously this is where the high side is. I bent, I don't know. See, there's deflection too. So I mean, you start pushing on it and you get a little bit of deflection, but if you release, that deflection just goes back. So you got to go take out the deflection and then go a couple of past that to actually bend it. And to know that difference in between what's deflection and what's bending is, that's a hard one to figure out. It's by feel, looking, testing, See, now you're looking at me instead of looking down. Stop it, look down. Down there, look. There, you see? Are you seeing? So it's barely any run out. It's not, I mean, you just barely see it moving a little bit. So we're gonna be happy there. We're gonna go in and clean up this weld. I can turn on the actual power feed here. Which way is which? I'm just gonna go quick across here first. Get the super high spots. $6203. That's a pretty generic bearing. I believe it's 16 in the middle here, but we're gonna see 16. Oh, 17. 17 mil. 1702. Because my lathe is in inchers, not metricers. We're at 670. I can squeeze out of her. 670. And this is 680. So we're 10 thousandths over. Nice. I think I'm actually going to take off only 8, leave 2 thousandths, and I think I'm going to use a file and sneak up on that last couple of thou. Oh my gosh. Why, you guys, what are you doing? I know you're excited, but just calm down a little bit, okay? That should be 8 right there. Throw the lever and we'll watch her go by. I should have turned up the speed a little bit. I'm going to start right in with the file because I want a nice flat, even, perfect surface to measure off of. And make sure we're looking at the right numbers here and the right stuff. Still got that one there. That one that was here is gone. This one is super, like, almost non-existent. And then that one deeper one there. And then back to the first one. So 670. 67. What is this? 671. Let's see how that bearing fits here. So it is right there. I can feel it going on. Like if there was any other shaft, I would press that on there, and that would be it. But he wants a little bit of a slip fit. He said he doesn't want to have to use a press to get it on. But like just a light tapping with a hammer or something would be enough. And we're pretty close to that. So careful. I was favoring this side a little bit heavy just because I want it to be almost like somewhat of a taper just for fitting this bearing. Because if I can get this bearing to go on like halfway, then I know that first half is good and I can work on this back half. What I don't want to have happen is I'm working this whole thing, and by the time I get it over to this front lip, this bearing, this back side is already too small and it just gets over that front lip and just slides right past. Yeah, look at that. We are right there. The back of the weld is right there. I don't know if you guys can see where that shiny is. Oh man. That's the other problem, is we're getting to... So it's, yeah, like I said, it's almost halfway here. So now we can work on this part of it, because this front is good, we know. Yeah, you would think you can just machine right up to size, and you can-ish. But if you want like a perfect fit, you're gonna have to get up close and then massage the last 5% if you want it to fit just right. Don't think it's gonna take much. Oh yeah, that's the fit that we want. That's perfect. Can I just leave that in there while I turn this last one? Because that's going to suck to go back and forth over that a bunch of times. Change out this tool for this tool. It's kind of like the election deal for the president, and change out one tool for another tool. So I brought the tool in until it rubbed the original surface here, and then backed it out 20 thousandths, and then took our final roughing pass. I'm gonna do a measurement quick and figure out what we need to go down to from here. So it should be just oh my gosh, that might be the fit right there already. Oops. Just, we'll see. See, now maybe I shouldn't have taken that bearing off, because now I gotta pull it back over that. And this is hot. I'm gonna go cool this down and we'll see if this bearing fits. All right, I cooled her down. Got the bearing past this first spot, and yeah, she definitely stops on the edge. This shaft is like the exact same measurement as the bearing right now, so it's like it's right on edge of press fit. So I didn't really expect that to just go right in there, but like I said, I'd rather sneak up on it if I can. So now that we're that close, I can leave that bearing there, bring this out, and we'll do some massaging just like we did with the last time. Oops. Not quite good. There, we're getting close. We went on a little ways. So I was leaning a little bit heavier on this side now. Almost there. Like, we are just a file's width away. So I just want to work like right in this last like 1/8 of an inch here or so. That should be it. Yeah, that's close enough where just a couple of taps of the whammer get it right home. So that's one shaft done. Next, you can see there's like a little gap there. Yeah, it's just pushing on by hand. In fact, I'm still moving it. I don't want to bottom it out myself here now, but yeah, that's like right there. Perfect fit. All right. Oh, stuck on there. Both of these shafts, nice snug fit on that bearing. A 6203. That's a real common bearing, like I was saying. So yeah, you want, and that should be good for stuff. That finish we got, and you can see that's where the edge of the weld is out here on both sides. That's where we stopped. So we just did this in here. That's actually Sharpie there. The inner side one. GoPro's focus, there's one little tiny spot right there. GoPro's, they film, they're really good about stuff. They focus so well. There's that one. There's that one. You can see that little divot there, and that one. Hit that subscribe button right now. That side. That side down there. Subscribe. Like it. Hit all the buttons down there. Free. Doesn't cost you anything. There'll be more stuff. Come back, watch more stuff. There's things happening all the time. I promise there's some cool stuff coming up. Real cool. I'm telling you, it's cool. Thanks for watching, everyone. Go outside, do something. Chevy truck. Time for supper.